Let's talk a little bit about what it means to have a planet conjunct your south node. I knew that if I talked about planets conjunct the north node, I would end up getting questions about the south node. And just to preface my answer to this question, the answer you get to this question is really going to depend on the type of astrologer that you're working with. There are a lot of astrologers who have a lot of heavy negative feels about the south node. I understand that the south node can be a tough position in the chart, but I don't always think it's a bad thing. So let's get into my answer. I tend to think of the south node as representing your strengths within this lifetime. And that can be really helpful in a position where you're struggling and feeling like you need to kind of fall back on your strengths rather than branch out and try something new. But it can also hold you back when it's time to actually branch out and try something new. And instead, you keep yourself kind of stuck in this small, less likely to thrive position within your world. So on the one hand, planets conjunct the south node can be a crutch at times of need. If you're really struggling and you just need to do what you're good at and what feels good to you, and sometimes that's just necessary, the planets conjunct the south node are going to be these innate strengths that you can rely on in these moments of struggle. But because there is this innate strength within these archetypes, there may be times within your world and within your life where you lean on these things too heavily. And in doing so, you kind of sell yourself short and you keep yourself comfortable. The south node is a position in the chart that really represents what is comfortable to us. And sometimes comfort isn't always the best thing for us. We do our biggest transforming when we're uncomfortable. The discomfort pushes us out of our comfort zones and creates an environment where things have to change. So for someone who has Saturn conjunct the south node, Saturn is all about discipline and hard work and structure and following the rules and tradition, and you might have to eventually grow out of that position. The challenge for you would be to live life a little looser and less rule oriented, to take a risk, an uncalculated risk, and get yourself out of that structured comfort zone, if you will. Another example could be Mercury conjunct the south node. Mercury is this cerebral planet that has to do with how we communicate with others, how we process information, how our writing style. And some of these things may come very easily to you. You might find that verbal communication or written communication is not something that you've ever really struggled with. It's always something that has come quickly, or you process information quickly. So the challenge might be stepping out of that heavy cerebral place and into more of an intuitive or psychic or emotional space. Left brain versus right brain, if you get what I'm saying.